For decades, the security architecture of the Middle East rested on a specific assumption. If Iran ever moved against Saudi Arabia, the Pakistani military would step in as the ultimate defense shield. Washington echoed this confidence. Over the last year and a half, the U.S. administration has publicly and repeatedly praised Pakistan as a vital, trustworthy partner in keeping the region stable. Then, military tensions between the United States and Iran suddenly erupted into open conflict. Washington and Riyadh were so confident in their alignment with Islamabad that they completely missed the tactical shift happening right under their noses. As the U.S.-Iran conflict escalated, American forces launched an aggressive offensive specifically targeting Iran's aerial capabilities. The military was actively hunting down high-value assets, focusing heavily on advanced fighter jets and intelligence-gathering AWACS planes that dictate the flow of combat. But a recent intelligence leak to the U.S. media exposed why the Americans were struggling to find them. Pakistan was playing both sides. While publicly maintaining its status as a U.S. ally, Pakistan was covertly working shoulder to shoulder with Iran, keeping those critical aircraft safe from U.S. airstrikes. The geographic epicenter of this operation was hidden deep inside Pakistan, at the Noor Khan Air Base. This satellite imagery captured the physical proof. Analyzing Chinese data, intelligence agencies spotted anomalous, unidentified aircraft parked right on the Pakistani tarmac. To hide their origin, national markings and insignia on the wings and tails of these Iranian jets had been intentionally scrubbed clean. These hidden jets launched active combat sorties directly from Pakistani soil against Arab states, and even attempted strikes on U.S. naval ships. The Pakistani military had quietly converted a domestic airbase into a forward operating sanctuary for Iranian forces, actively subverting the balance of power in the middle of a war. This raises an obvious question. How does the premier intelligence network of the United States miss a massive cross-border military operation? They didn't. The CIA discovered the Noor Khan operation months ago and delivered a direct briefing on it to the administration. At the time, the U.S. was taking heavy losses in the conflict, and the administration was politically desperate to secure a ceasefire. They needed a mediator. But with Europe, India, and China outright refusing to step in, Pakistan was the sole remaining diplomatic conduit. To keep that single channel open, the U.S. administration intentionally buried the intelligence, trading long-term military security for a temporary halt to the fighting. Now that the CIA report has leaked to the press, a shockwave is tearing through Washington, landing squarely on the political factions that spent the last year championing Pakistan. Senator Lindsey Graham, a historically staunch defender of Islamabad, is publicly reeling, admitting the immediate need to pivot his stance. This puts immense pressure on the entire U.S. government to rip up its current playbook and rewrite its military and diplomatic strategy regarding Pakistan. Overnight, the leak has effectively incinerated Pakistan's political capital in Washington, leaving their previous alliances in ashes. But the nation with the most to lose from this deception is Saudi Arabia. Their regional survival strategy relied entirely on Pakistani military intervention. Riyadh must now confront the reality that the exact army they trusted to stop an Iranian invasion was actively providing a launchpad for Iranian airstrikes against their own neighbors. The immediate retaliation will likely be economic. Furious Arab nations are already positioning to launch crippling financial sanctions directly targeting the Pakistani military establishment. The secret of the Noor Khan airbase was a temporary wartime tactic, but the fallout has permanently shattered the trust of the Middle East, leaving Riyadh and Washington to face a landscape where their oldest security guarantee